Lights Out sucks. It is very, very horrible for many egregious reasons. The audio of the game keeps cutting out. We don't have space for all of these special editions they keep giving us. They keep giving us special editions, but they won't fix any of the issues. We keep getting waiting on network problems, presumably because either there's more people in the server or they have moved to a smaller server. And I'm willing to bet I know which one it is. We've seen that there's a lot of cuts from TKO. Is this affecting WWE Supercard as well? Are they wanting more money for less gameplay? I want to know what you guys think. Gage Wheeler says, "Hi Granka, did you get the last belt?" I believe so. Still have all of them here. Oh, there we go, we gained some fans. Welcome everyone, welcome to the video. We are still the World Champion, the Intercontinental Champion, and the Women's Intercontinental Champion. Haven't had a chance at the Women's World title yet, but thank you all for coming along. And since you all came along, I am going to give you all a gift. It's going to be a freebie here. Second that this video shows up. My goodness. I'm waiting for it to turn up on my laptop here. And we are going to give away some free memberships. I'm going to give away 5. So congratulations to Craig Catches. No, sorry, Craig Catches says, "Have you seen your comments?" Yoshi God, Roberto Ainzo, Sunward Broom, Sora Wheat. Oh my goodness, that's a big name. And I'm not sure I can see that other one, but it's Big Sexy, of course. Carla says, "Hi, it's Grandcat, how are you?" Liam says, "How do you get Triple H card from Build Pack?" Already made a tutorial on that. That is already up. You can see that for yourself. What we're talking about today is Lights Out. Now, Craig Catches says, "Have you seen your comments?" I have not. I have not yet seen the comments for that video. I was doing some other things, and then once I finished, I thought, you know what? I'm not just going to make the video myself. I'm not just going to give my opinion. I'm going to be the cat of the catless, the voice of the voiceless. And I am going to allow all of you guys to have your say as well. So, what do you guys think about the current game? Currently, I'm not happy. Lights Out costs far too much. It doesn't give you enough rewards. There is no skill in the game whatsoever. I don't feel that percentage chances are enough for the amount of credits that are required to play it. Dark Wolf says, "I got the belt and a pro rock." Well, congratulations for you. Craig Hatcher says, "There's one guy who did exactly what you said. Some guy said you complain too much about Lights Out even though it makes them money." Carlos says, "Lights Out is the worst, but everything in this game is getting worse." Yes, I fully agree. See, when they added the belts, I thought that was a really good thing. People complained about it. I said, no, like, so long as there's no reward behind it, that is completely fine. Liam the King says, "Lights Out is fixed." Absolutely not. The exact opposite. It is just as bad as it has ever been. The only thing, right, what he's saying is that Lights Out is fixed is that when you get a card that appears on the little screen, it gives you an additional pick. Look at this. We are at 32 of 30. We got this pack that had the 20% chance, gave us nothing. We completed this twice. We got these packs twice. We used all the credits. Why does it cost 500 credits, then 750 credits at the end? Why does it cost essentially 2,000 credits to complete Lights Out? And it doesn't give you regular WrestleMania 42 cards. All of the other games give you regular WrestleMania 42 cards. This is literally just for The Rock and for the title that is gatekeeping the Roman Reigns. That is literally all it is. It's horrible. It's so atrocious. Oh, okay. JC says, I think he means fixed as in it's bad, as in like, yeah. Not that it is now working correctly. It is a fix, you know, like the fix is in. That's what he's saying. Carlos says, without credits, it's very hard to get something, play for fun, but it's getting more frustrating to play this game. Craig says, they knew this would make a ton of money with Lights Out being the final mode. I absolutely agree. I think that's exactly what they were going for. Liam says, I mean, like, it's fixed because you used to get laggy and it took away your picks. I don't think Lights Out has ever taken away picks. Mauro says, hi, I'm new to the game. How does the new game mode works? Well, I do have a tutorial for Lights Out, but the tutorial is essentially, it's purely luck. It is... There's no skill involved. There is no way to increase your odds. It's literally just click the button, see if you get lucky. If you didn't get lucky, give us more money. That's what Lights Out is. Craig says, avoid it. It's a scam mode. It is a scam mode. Liam says, well, maybe you didn't notice. But I completely agree. I think it's a scam. I don't think anyone should pay as many credits as Lights Out costs and then not get anything. And I think even more of a scam is that they have added, oh, but you can get this pack here. Now, the maximum number that you can get from completing Lights Out is 16, so you have to pay the 500 credits to play it a second time. And then you have to pay the credits to complete it a second time, because otherwise you're not getting the maximum chances at the maximum rewards. And then you still don't get anything. You still get nothing. You still get nothing. And they expect you to just keep coming back and paying more money for more credits so that you can keep having a chance at getting that Roman Reigns card. Let me just read some of the comments. Dark Wolf says, that's just being unlucky. I don't want to be mean, but I played 2 Lights Out and my free game and I got 1 rock and only spent 100 for another. I got 500 for the Pro Rock and got the belt I needed. Well, good for you, Dark Wolf. And what about the next time that Lights Out comes around? When the mode comes out again next time? What about when you need whatever it is from Lights Out to finish off the next event? What about the event after that? What about the next season? What about the season after that one? What about the season after that one? What about the season after that one? You think there's even going to be a season after that one? That is my question to you, Dark Wolf. Because I don't think there is. I have been saying for years now that if it wasn't for people like me fixing this game, making WWE accountable for what they are doing, this game wouldn't be around right now. Because it was pretty egregious a few years ago, and we got it fixed. There was people leaving left, right, and center, every single which way, and it has got better since. The devs have listened to people, and now something like this comes out, and all you need to do is look at the overall WWE structure. I'm not talking about WWE Supercard, I'm talking about WWE. Look at TKO. Look at what is going on with the product. Look at the releases. Look at how many ads were in WrestleMania. Do you think that would have happened back in the early 2000s? Back in the 90s? I don't think so. Do you think there'd be mass releases, mass cuts every single year? I doubt it. This is all about money, folks. That's what it is about. Lights Out is entirely that. Basically, what they have done is they have reeled you in, they've got you now, and you're like, oh, you only need one more thing, and you can get this limited edition Roman Reigns. All you have to do is give us money. All you have to do is pay for more credits, keep playing Lights Out over and over, and every time you've got a 15% chance, which means you have an 85% chance to not get the card. And there's no way to increase those odds. There's no way that you can have any level of skill. There is no way that you can do, like, crack the case where there's a level of involvement, where there's a level of interaction. No. It is literally just, I'm going to press this button and see what happens. Oh, didn't get it. Another 500 credits, please. Oh, didn't get it. Another 750 credits, please. Okay, here's your rewards. Unfortunately, you didn't get the tail belt. Do you want to give me another 500 credits to try again? And then do you want to pay another 350 credits? Do you want to spend another 500 credits? Do you want to spend another 750 credits? Okay, you've managed to complete the wall, and you still didn't get it. Do you want to give me another 500 credits to try again? And this is what is going to absolutely happen. And the thing is, if we let this happen, that's what every single game mode is going to be. At the moment, Build a Pack is really good because you play it, it's only 25 credits, that's fine to get another 5 picks. You pay it, it's another 50 credits to get another 5 picks, which is great, but that's not what it costs for Lights Out, is it? It's not 25, it's not 50, it's not then 100, it is 2,000. The last 3 picks cost 350, 500, and 750 respectively. There is no need for it to cost the amount that it does. And then they don't even give you any decent rewards. It is literally all... It's literally all about money. I haven't read all the comments here, but I see that Craig says, so you completed the whole board without spending credits? No, you didn't. No one did. The whole thing is all designed so that you can spend credits to get more chances. And then even when you get all the chances, it can still just not give you anything. Now let's go ahead and read some of these comments, because the comments are getting quite exciting, I suppose. Let's see here. Okay, Craig says, you never got back a pick. That was a new feature that was recently added. Yeah, that was added, but not only did they add that you get a pick back when you get one of the things, they also added the number of cards, which means there's more of a chance of you not getting the cards now. Mara says, I got a 30-30, but I can open the pack. I got 30-30 out of 2, but I can't open the pack either. You can't open the pack. Yes, you are supposed... You don't have to open the pack. It should have automatically opened for you. Did you guys not get it? That's really bad. Liam says, Build a Pack is the best game mode, more than any other Supercard. I agree. I really like Build a Pack. But just because I like one part of it doesn't mean that I don't like the other part. And I sure as hell don't like Lights Out, which I think I've made pretty obvious by this point. Did you see that waiting on network? Did you see it again? These are the issues. WWE Supercard is making more money than ever, and they are paying out less than they ever have. They are not using the money to secure their servers. They are not using the money to give us more space. They are not using the money to go back into the game. They are using the money to fund their bosses' pockets. That's where it's going. It's not going back into the game. It is not helping the game survive. It is literally making rich people richer by spending your hard-earned money on scams like Lights Out. Runic says, I got 2 belts for my free goal without spending credits. Hey, guys, think I found one of the developers. Craig says, sounds sus that you did that. I don't believe that for 1 second. I also do not believe you for 1 second, Runic. Chris Bennett says, no, it's every pick card on the board. Pay 2,000 and it'll give you it until... I did it all 5 times and didn't get it. You spent... You did all 5 of these and completed it all 5 times and you didn't get the belt? Oh my god. That's horrible. Craig says, everyone who says they got belts without paying credits, I call BS on. I think there's maybe a small amount of people that perhaps got it without spending credits. But, I mean, we are talking out of the 2,000 odd people, maybe it's 3,000 now, I would say there would probably be less than 100. I mean, I would even say there's probably less than 50. I would even dare say there's probably less than 10. They got it with spending no credits. Liam says, I haven't paid any of the belts, I just need 1. Craig says, as soon as I get the belt, I ain't spending jack in this mode. I'm exactly the same, Craig. Here comes the money, 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 money. Runic says, well, I did so not much more to say. You can choose to believe me, but I have number 269 Roman Reigns. I believe you have number 269 Roman Reigns. I also believe that there is a possibility that you got it for free. But the fact that you came on here, started talking, trying to make this look better for Supercard, makes me think you have an alternative motive. An ulterior motive, dare say, Runic. And I am sus. I am suspicious of you. You are the one that is sus. I am suspicious. You are sus. That's how it works. If we were playing a game, I would be casting an emergency vote right now. Liam Rogers says, just 1 belt I need from Deal of Destiny. I mean, I was thankful that I got that Deal of Destiny one. I'm going to stop reading Runic's posts because I think he is either a liar or I think he is someone that has an alternate motive. Now, let me try and read this here. As more comments come, it keeps moving my chat. Leroy says, I like Build-A-Pack. I like Build-A-Pack too. Movie Buzz says they're never going to take it out of rotation. It makes them money. Well, they will take it out of rotation if instead of making them money, it makes people stop playing the game. It makes people stop spending money on the game. That is the point that they would take it out. Because what we need to do is we don't need to make enough noise to alert the devs. We don't need to make enough noise to alert the people that work in Cat Daddy. We need to make enough noise to alert the people that are the bosses of Cat Daddy to say, hey, why is there this one angry cat on the internet that has a whole grand fleet behind him that says, we aren't going to take this anymore, and they are not happy with WWE Supercard. What are you guys doing? And they will say, but sir, we were trying to make you money. And you see these waiting on networks? That is the problem. If we make enough noise, they will listen to us. But if you are complacent, if you just accept it, if you just accept, oh, well, I'm just going to have to spend money every time the Lights Out comes around, it's just one of those things that has to happen, then it's going to keep happening. And it's going to get worse. And they're going to ask you for more credits. And they're going to give you less chances of getting the card that you want. Because once you get the card that you want, you aren't going to give them money anymore. So that 15% chance is going to drop to a 10% chance, to a 5% chance, to a 2.5% chance, until you get to a 0.15% chance. Because this is them testing the water. This here is free, but imagine when that becomes paid, and that's what you have to spend to get the chance of a 0.15% chance to get a title belt, to get a limited edition card that is only going to be useful for less than 2 weeks before a new tier comes along and washes it out of the water. Stealth Gaming Awakened says, "Sup buddy, I do agree with you from the last video. Lights Out is a waste of money. It's only for rich people and is a luck-based game mode. Luck, wow, WWE Supercard is becoming only consumers who spend money." WWE Supercard has largely always been a pay-to-win game, but Lights Out is the most egregious of all of them. At least with Deal of Destiny, you have the chance of saying higher or lower. You've got a way of interacting with the game. With Rule the Ring, sure, it is down to luck, but it gives you higher rewards, and it doesn't feel as aggressive as what Lights Out is. Build a Pack is one of the best game modes that they've done in a while. I really like Blocker Buster, trying to work out where the little belts are hidden. I mean, you could arguably say that those things are luck-based, but at least you get to interact with them. You don't with Lights Out. I have always said that Lights Out is the worst game mode, and I still stick by that. It is never going to change. Craig says, "I've spent far too much this season. I spent over 150 to finish campaign. I could have slapped myself silly." Yes, that's another thing. You also feel they're like W Supercard preys on FOMO. If you don't know what FOMO is, it is fear of missing out. Those 4 words, FOMO, it bases that on you because once campaign mode ends, that's it. You can never get that Lola Vice again. Once this tier ends, that's it. You will never be able to get that limited edition Roman Reigns ever again. Everything is all about, you need to give us the money right now, otherwise you're going to lose your opportunity and you're never going to get that chance to get that card again. That is how W Supercard works. That's how it preys on you. That is how it makes you spend money. It made me spend money, and I sure as hell feel foolish after doing so because I hate Light Out. Like, now, I've said before, I've used this analogy. I will spend like £50, £60, £70 on a brand new AAA game. I'll play it for about a week, maybe 2 weeks. I'll 100% it. I'll get all the achievements. I will get, you know, I play on Xbox, so I'll get like the 1,000 gamer score. And then I'll be like, that was fun. Then I'll delete it off my hard drive. And then it's like, I spent £60 to enjoy myself for about a week. W Supercard I have been playing for 12 years. So I justify that when I didn't even click Rule the Ring there. I justify that I've been playing the game for 12 years, and if I'm enjoying it, then why not spend some money? Why not spend some money on it, you know? I mean, what's the difference between spending £60 on a game that you're going to enjoy for a couple of weeks and spending £60 on a game that you've been enjoying for 12 years? In my mind, I can justify that cost, especially If I get something nice, something shiny from it, something that activates those endorphins in my brain that make me feel happy, something that I can show off for all of you guys, I am happy to pay that money for that. What I'm not happy about is when I pay that money and I get nothing. I don't enjoy Lights Out. I don't get the enjoyment of playing the game. I didn't get the rewards. I didn't get the Rock. I didn't get the title. Didn't get the Roman Reigns. It is all gatekept. It's all locked away from you. And it just asks, hey, you didn't get it this time. But if you give me some more money, maybe you'll get a chance of getting it next time. And that's what WWE Supercard does. And also, hey, remember, you've only got a couple of weeks left before this event finishes, and then you'll never get the Roman Reigns with the world title. You'll completely miss out on that. You've gotten all the other 3 belts. Why not spend the money on Lights Out? It is a predatory practice. It is underhanded. It is not enjoyable. It's not fun. It is disgusting behavior in the opinions of this grand cat. Because there are better ways to make money and to have your players enjoy themselves rather than what is essentially scamming your players. Which is what Lights Out feels like to me. Yala says, what is this game called? It's called WWE Supercard. Dark Wolf says, too many special editions, to be honest. Yes, that's another thing. They will keep making special edition after special edition after special edition after special edition. Right now we've got El Grande Americano, Bravo, and Rayo. You've got the limited edition Roman Reigns, we've got the special edition Rock, we've got the special edition Eddie Guerrero, we've got the special edition Becky Lynch, we've got the special edition Brock Lesnar, we've got the special edition Drew McIntyre, the special edition Lilani Kai, the limited edition Roddy Piper, the limited edition Jake the Snake Roberts, the limited edition Lola Vice. Just to name a few. That's not even mentioning the special edition Joe Hendry, or the Battle Pass Yokozuna, or the Battle Pass Liv Morgan. No, that is only to name the tip of the iceberg, and all I have mentioned comes from this one tier. That is not even this year. That is literally since the WrestleMania 42 tier / WrestleMania Rewind began, and that's not even in any of the events. They will happily keep making special edition after special edition after special edition, but they will not fix the waiting on network problems. They will not fix the basic issues. You've seen it a couple of times. I fortified the foil Kit Wilson, didn't get the star, had to back out of the game, had to go back in, and then the star came. There have been issues with the WWE Immortals, with the quests proccing when they're not supposed to. There have been all sorts of issues with the daily streaks, of which I got 2 Shinsuke Nakamura equipment that I didn't need and didn't want. Though what I would have enjoyed is if I got 2 of the Shinsuke Nakamura backstage card, because that would have saved me from having to spend any credits to get the Backstage Pro, of which I'm not even going to go for, because in 2 weeks, we're getting a new tier anyway. And when we get the new tier, all the cards that are from WrestleMania 42 are going to be essentially worthless, including your limited edition Roman Reigns. So, why? Why? W Supercard needs to be held accountable, needs to be held responsible for more than a few things. They've been getting away with this for a very long time now. And I still say the Lights Out is a large root of the problem. There was a lot of underlying problems that I was willing to ignore, that I was willing to push aside because I was enjoying where the game was going. I was enjoying the WrestleMania Forever Little event. I was enjoying the road to immortality. I even liked the idea of WWE Immortals. I thought it was a little bit expensive, but good friend of mine, a fan of the channel, KH, went ahead and got it for me, and I thought that was very, very nice. I thought it was very, very cool. W Supercard still got their money, but now here we are, spending even more money and not getting any rewards. I would even say that the Immortal Pack is much better than Lights Out, because at least you spend the money and at least you get the reward for that, not a 15% chance at getting the reward for it. Craig says Vinnie Mac sat at home watching people burn credits on this mode. Well, I don't think Vinnie Mac actually makes any money off of W Supercard anymore, or any less. Chris Bennett says I did all 5 times and the free one got nothing. 10,000 was how much he spent. Oh my goodness. That is absolutely crazy. Now we have so many comments here. Dark Wolf says, without credits is BS, you need credits for these games. Yeah. Mara says, I have 89 out of 30 and got nothing. Wow. There's no need for that. And Mauro, you're probably feeling the exact same as me. I mean, I didn't go that far. I got it twice and then I was done. But I mean, that 30, I'm almost certain is supposed to reset. There's no way that that is supposed to stick at 32 out of 30. That is a mistake. I'm pretty sure that every time that you get to 30, you're supposed to get the chance at getting the cards again. That is a error. That is a glitch. That's a mistake. Stealth Gaming says, I bet 10,000 credits. IR millions credits. You can get the belt. Really, Cat Daddy? I think that was a little bit of broken English there, but I kind of think I get what he's saying. He's saying that spending 10,000 credits still isn't enough to get the belt, even if you really want it. Spanner says one of his Grandcats team members did get it for free. As I said, there will be people that got it for free that got that very, very lucky chance of getting like the 5% or the 10% chance off the pack, getting the belt, but it is going to be a very low number. And even if that happened to you, do you think that's going to happen every single season? Do you think that's going to happen every single tier? Absolutely not. We need to get rid of Lights Out and replace it with any of the other game modes, because it is legitimately the worst. Even at that, why does it cost so much? There's no way that it should cost 10,000 credits to complete it 5 times. Doesn't cost 10,000 credits to complete Build a Pack 5 times. Stealth Gaming says, I bet he is a W Supercard employer. I'm not sure who he's talking about, but it certainly isn't me. I think if I was employed by W Supercard, I wouldn't be making this video. Ted Lawson says, I stink in Lights Out. I got a bunch of garbage. Yes, that's the other thing, is it fills your precious space, because we only have 500 here. We only have 500 of our spaces, and it fills that up as well with garbage. Liam says, I'm struggling with it. Craig says, if MovieBuzz posts in here, that's the troll who said you complain too much. Oh, okay. Well, at least we know his name. Ali Maged says, I got it from the first back and free, got number 242. Well, congratulations, Ali Maged. I mean, that is really nice for you. But unless you think that you're going to get it for free every single time, I think you might also want to join the complain wagon. Ted Lawson says, build pack is awesome. I have a couple of CM from getting the Triple H card. Spartan says, look at my comment on the Grand Cat's gameplay vid. I'm so hot right now. I'm a bit of a spender. And if my money can't get it, why the heck am I bothering? Exactly. Okay, let's read what Runic said here. Genuinely, neither liar nor have an ulterior motive. I agree this mode needs to change. It's just a money grab, and I want to celebrate my achievement. I didn't mean to divert away from the video. That is completely fine, Runic. Thank you for clarifying that. As I said, same with the... I was about to say Ted Lawson, but that wasn't his name. Ali Maged, congratulations on getting the card. Everyone that has the limited edition Roman Reigns, congratulations on getting it. But then, there's everyone that didn't. And there's also you in the future when you have to deal with this when Lights Out comes out again. Craig says it was shocking this mode was supposed to be the second one, and then it got moved to the final one. Well, I think if it was the second one, people wouldn't have went as far as they did. Build Pack was meant to be the final mode, and they switched it with Lights Out. I think they did the right move there. Movie Buzz says Lights Out is not the most expensive game mode. You're forgetting about Bounty Breaker. Ah, yes. Well, Bounty Breaker is what the hell is Bounty Breaker again? I've completely forgotten. Is that the one where you get either the eye so that it reveals where a hammer is? And yes, that's Bounty Breaker, isn't it? Yeah, in retrospect. But the thing is with Bounty Breaker, at least if you spend the money in that, if you spend the credits, it's not that you get a 15% chance at the end. You get the card. Guaranteed. At the end of Bounty Breaker. Why don't we have that for Lights Out? Kevin does YouTube. Oh, I recognize this guy. I got the belt and Roman, but wasted over 2,000 credits. Not happy about it. I completely agree there. The other thing is, with spending those credits, you're going to get that Roman Reigns. And then in 2 weeks, you're going to get a new tier. And then 4 weeks after that, you're going to get another tier. And how many Ember cards are you using right now? Because that's how good that Roman Reigns is going to be 6 weeks from now. Spanner says 2 ways to bankrupt. I guess there is that. Yes, the 2 ways to win. That has never been a good one. But the thing is, at least 2 ways to win you can ignore. You don't need to. Stealth Gaming says build pack is the only good mode in W Supercard. Nothing else looks like it. Kevin does use says I would have loved Walk the Ropes and Blocker Buster instead of Lights Out and Deal of Destiny. Deal of Destiny I'm not as annoyed with. I know that it is also very luck based. That you can be sitting there with an 11, you say lower than an 11, and it just gives you a 12 and just eats your last health, and you're like, now I have to spend credits again. But at least Deal of Destiny costs less than what Lights Out does. Leon says, hi. Hi, Leon. Hello. Craig says, I enjoy Deal of Destiny. Yeah, the other thing is, at least Deal of Destiny is enjoyable to play. Lights Out is not enjoyable. Lights Out is not fun. Absolutely not. Stealth Gaming Wing says, Walk the Ropes is good. Past event was easier. I don't know how we change it to update it next time. Brad Stolberg says, hello, Zagrandcat. Delete99 here. Ah, hello, Delete99. Creek says they might put in Reward Mania, which is another dogpit mode. Well, Reward Mania is you get a chance at getting those prizes that you missed. I think Reward Mania will have the limited edition next week. It will. It generally does. And also the limited edition will be on the Rare to Draft board, of which we will get 100+ Rare to Draft picks, and we still won't get the card. And then big old Grandcat will complain again, because if I don't, they're not going to give us it. And then they're going to listen to Grandcat, and they're going to give you 3 Kairi Sanes after the tier finishes. Did that happen to anyone else, or was that just me? Craig says, I still haven't pulled a Brock from Deal yet. I've only pulled... I haven't even pulled an Eddie Guerrero, and we are just about to complete it for the third time. So, yeah, I completely understand that. Kevin Does YouTube says the limited edition Roman will still be useful at the beginning of next year. Yeah, he will. I mean, he will be literally just as good as the limited edition Jey Uso, which is here. That's how good he's going to be. You see where he is in comparison to the rest of my cards? That's how good your limited edition Roman Reigns is going to be. That's how good your limited edition Lola Vice is going to be. That's how good your F3 Sol Ruka, your limited edition Jake the Snake Roberts, your double heroic Randy Orton, your double heroic Jacob Fatu. Where is that Jacob Fatu? There he is. All of those cards are going to be right down there. And let's see how far it is. There's our double heroic rewind Drew McIntyre. So that's what you can expect from your limited edition Roman Reigns that you are trying so hard to get from Lights Out. I don't know why they don't let us enjoy the limited edition through the entire tier, rather than giving us it pretty much at the end, and also having you pay through the nose to try and get it from Lights Out. Absolutely horrible. Leon says, Lights Out is a terrible mode. It's almost as bad as Bounty Breaker. I mean, the difference between Bounty Breaker and Lights Out is Bounty Breaker guarantees you the card at the end. Craig Hatchet says it will be useful, but not towards the later stages of a campaign. Absolutely not. Gururiz says, the Grand Cat NXT in the house. Spanner says, this is 100% the point. The event feels fun in principle, and Immortal is a great concept if overpriced a little, but gate-kept belts for an entire season-long event is the worst design. Lil Fours Official says, I got really lucky and got the championship on my free attempt without spending credits. Congratulations. That's very, very cool for you. Congratulations on getting your limited edition Roman Reigns. But what we are talking about is the overall WWE Supercard and how you feel about it. I mean, there will be some people that are like, I don't mind spending money on Lights Out. There will be a few people that feel that way. But the question is, does the majority feel that way? Because I am willing to bet my bottom dollar that that is not the case. I am willing to bet that the majority feels the same way that big old Grand Cat does, and that you guys are just as annoyed with Lights Out as what I am, and you just needed a voice to say it, because the other big YouTubers that do WWE Supercard, and I don't consider myself to be a big YouTuber, but I am a grand YouTuber. The other YouTubers out there will not call WWE Supercard out on when they are not being enjoyable or fun, but I will every single time. Gunnar says, I bought a stupid amount of credits through this event. I seriously need to rethink my life choices. I don't think you need to rethink your life choices. I think you are extremely loyal to WWE Supercard. You're paying money for a game that you enjoy. I think the fault comes from WWE Supercard asking for too much money from you. Brad Stolberg says, I got the belt on my first try. I'm not up for the 30 out of 30 pack yet. Well, congratulations, Brad. Craig says, same here. Craig says, I'm at 487 cards, and it's because I've got saved hoping to get the pro of them. Stealthed says, who got the Roman, you guys are the MVPs. Liam the King says, I'm back. Welcome back. Didn't know you were gone. Craig says, I've never played Bounty Breaker. I have. I played it through to completion. Done it on this video. Wouldn't recommend it. Eric Tom says, hi, can I join your team, please? The Lights Out game is the worst game mode. Hey, if you want to join the team, all you have to do is go ahead and join my Discord. There's a link to it in the description of this video. Once you're in there, just say, hi, I'm a fan of the Grand Cat and I will join. Someone will get you into his Grand Cat NXT. If his Grand Cat NXT is currently full, you'll be put on a waiting list. And once a space becomes available, you'll be tagged. And if you jump in first, you will get into the team. Harris Interviews says, on 300,000 and still not got any of the titles bar Rule the Ring. Oh my goodness. I feel so sorry for Harris Interviews. Also, Harris, if you would like to interview a big old Grand Cat, I am more than happy to consider that. Eric Thomas says, hi. Craig says, if they made Lights Out the same credit cost that Build-A-Pack is, I wouldn't be so annoyed. That's true. If Lights Out had the updated credits pack, the updated credit cost that Build-A-Pack has, I wouldn't be annoyed at it. The reason I'm annoyed is that it costs so much and it gives you nothing in return. Lil For's official says, I hate spending money on this game. I don't mind spending money on the game when I'm enjoying it, but you've all seen it before a few times that I have initiated the play, don't pay, play, don't pay, play, don't pay. Harris Interview says they never listen to us. Oh, Harris, they listen to me. They listen to Grand Cat because they know that he complains loudly and that people agree with him. And if they can please Grand Cat, they can please lots of people, not even hundreds, but in thousands, so long as they keep that angry old cat happy. And that angry old cat is both old and angry right now. So I am opening my mouth, I am roaring in their direction, and I am letting you guys have your voices because I know that the people at Cat Daddy do watch these videos and they do listen to what is said in them because they want as few negative videos about W Supercard on the internet as possible, and they like when I make the positive videos, and I do like making the positive videos when I'm happy with them, but I'm sure as hell not happy with Lights Out. Craig says, same here, but all falls to that FOMO. I mentioned that earlier in the video. Fear of missing out. That is what W Supercard preys on. Spanner says, here's how a minigame should work in my opinion. Cost may be up to 200 max. Final reward should be good 100% 50-50 card belt. Packs on that way should be useful or other special things that whales can whale at. 2,000 max is what he meant, not 200. I agree. Genuinely, I think if you are spending 2,000 credits, how much does 2,000 credits cost? 2,600 credits is £14.89. If you're spending £15, you better be getting something from it. Now, people say, oh, but that's not how casinos work. That's not how gambling works. Do you know what gambling and casinos give you? They give you money. They don't give you virtual cards. Can you sell your limited edition Roman Reigns? No. No, you cannot. Can you sell your double heroic Jacob Fatu? No. It has no monetary value, but you have paid money to get it. The only monetary value from that is your enjoyment of the game, because you cannot sell that, you cannot trade it, you cannot swap it, and nor do we want to add that in, because that would be a whole other nightmare. The whole purpose is that you're paying money to enjoy the game, and with Lights Out, I am not enjoying the game. And I also would really like that limited edition Roman Reigns card, but I would also really like that special edition Drew McIntyre with the world title as well. One of the nicer updates that they've done is that they are making the one-way image swapping so that cards that you can't swap the image of, you can put that image onto a different card. I think that is a very cool thing to do. It would allow you to do a lot of other cool interactions, and I can actually show you a few of them because I was able to do them before they changed it back. And there you can see the American hero, Cody Rhodes, there. We also have the superhero CM Punk. Things like that. Things like that I really enjoy. Things like that are pleasing me. Things like that I think are a good thing. I think the road to immortality is a good thing. I think the WWE Immortal Pack is a good thing. I think even WrestleMania Forever is a good thing. But Lights Out is so egregiously bad. It is like a tidal wave that destroys all of that. And if you're going to have Lights Out, don't link it to an event like WrestleMania Forever where you require the final card in order to get the special limited edition. Oh my goodness, that is one long name. Jim Arsenal and a Napoli fan. That's why I quit playing W Supercard, because I was getting too much. Because it was getting too much, the Grand Cat. I love watching your W Supercard videos. Keep it up. Thank you, Jim. Really sorry to hear that you quit the game, but I completely understand why you did. Yeah, I said play a match. Entertain me, monkey. Okay, well, we will be getting on to playing games. We will be doing stuff later on. We're just talking first of all. Oh, movie buzz. Oh, I was warned about you beforehand. This is who Craig says said that you apparently left some rather negative comments on the last video. I have not read them yet, but movie buzz, welcome to my arena. Let's see what you have to say. I'll bet you a battle pass that they will never take it out of rotation because I haven't done it. Because I haven't done it yet. Because I'll bet you a battle pass that they will never take it out of rotation because I haven't done it yet. Are you saying you're the one that chooses whether or not Lights Out goes into rotation? Because I haven't done it yet. Craig says, Movie Buzz, you're a troll. Movie Buzz says, 100% I'm not a troll. I'm real. I'm just stating the fact. I have played this game long enough. And how long have you played this game, Movie Buzz? Because has it been all the way since season 1? And if so, are you honestly saying that you have never once had a singular problem with WWE Supercard? Tara Evans says, hey, I got the limited edition Roman today. Congratulations, Tara Evans. Really happy for you. Really happy for anyone that managed to circumnavigate Lights Out and get that limited edition Roman Reigns. It is actually an achievement. Congratulations, because Lights Out is freaking horrible. Craig says he knows he won't take it out of rotation. He says, oh, you're just being a troll and hoping for a reaction. Well, you got your reaction. Movie Buzz says, I am not a troll. I can join the Discord and prove it. How's that going to prove you're not a troll? Huh? What? Blakes says, I understand what you mean, but every game has a paywall where you pay a great card or item. You know, it's luck-based game mode. The best pack, you have a 1 in 5 chance of getting the card you want. I do agree, Blix. And actually, I'm going to use puzzles and survival as a segue here, because I, earlier today, spent about £150 on puzzle and survival. I know, it's horrible. It's very expensive. But the thing is, with that £150, I got a whole load of heroes that are timed exclusive event heroes that I've been wanting for a long time, and they won't go out of rotation. It's not that these heroes will only be good for the next 4 to 6 weeks, and then there'll be other heroes that completely replace those. No, those heroes will be good for the entire game of Puzzle and Survival, and that is the difference. There are people that have been playing Puzzles and Survivals for years and using the same deck, the same team that they have had since the first game, since the first year, and just built upon that. Whereas if you are playing W Supercard and you're using the same cards from 10 years ago, your deck isn't even playable. That is the difference. The difference is how much money you're paying, and how long the cards last, and how much money it costs to get the cards, and also what are you getting in return for that money. Harris Interview says I'm a season 1 vet. Me too, Harris. We should get together sometime. Tara Evans says, I've just subbed, bro. Thank you, Tara. Tara Evans. I'm not sure. Is your first name Tara and your last name Evans? Or is it one word? Tara Evans. But thank you. Thank you for joining the Grand Cat Grand Fleet. Tara Evans means a lot to me. Spanner says, this isn't a paywall, though. It's a random chance. Might never get wall. That's the ball. Shoot. Absolutely. Now, Lights Out is a paywall, Craig says, and I agree, but it's a paywall that doesn't guarantee you the card. Blake says, I played Puzzle and Survival for the Offerworld reward after I watched your video a couple of weeks ago. Do you have any other recommendations for Offerworld games which are easy? I'm sure I'll find one once I need more credits, which looks like it's coming up. Spanner says, paywall means you can buy it if you pay enough. That's true. Spanner makes a good point, because even if you spend all of your money, you're only allowed to play it a maximum of 5 times. And I think there might be a legal reason for that you're not allowed to spend more than a set amount of money so that you cannot pull W Supercard up on it. I think you might actually be onto something there. But yeah, Spanner says, like, even if you were to spend the full 10,000 credits, doesn't necessarily guarantee that you're going to get the card at the end of it. It's still just a 15% chance. Craig says they know that without insane luck, you have to pay credits to finish it. Sparrow says finishing it is irrelevant. Getting lucky is what matters. Blake says WrestleMania Forever is a great idea. I love all the cards. Me too, Blake. I completely agree with that. I just don't understand the point of all these cards. The only way to get the pro is to pay. No, not necessarily. You don't have to pay. What you use is super coins, not credits. Different thing. Super coins you can get for free. You can get for super coins just from playing Money in the Bank, from playing Team Road to Glory, from playing not Team Battleground, things like that. You know, there's more than enough ways to get super coins essentially for free. So that I don't mind spending, but credits. Generally, the only way to get credits is by spending money. You can get very small amounts of credits, like you can get like 2 credits from a free pack, but it costs like 10,000 credits to finish Lights Out. And also, the free pack, you can only get a maximum of twice every 4 hours. So you can imagine how long it would take for you to get the amount of free credits that you would need to be able to pull off something like that. It is an abomination. Harrison View says, Grand Cat National Holiday, let's petition it. I would love that. You know, if you guys are up for it, you know, I mean, Grand Cat, I can't run for president because I'm not from America, but I could run for Grand Cat Prime Minister. Couldn't be much worse than some of the current UK Prime Ministers recently. Ooh. For the past 100 years. Edgar Ramos says hi. Hello, Edgar. Craig says it's set at 5 because I think it's classed as gambling. Legally, it's not classed as gambling. There is a distinction between how much you can spend on what is a game. Gambling, legally, has to be able to give you a monetary reward, and that's how they get around it. So, yeah, it's not gambling, but I see what you're saying, it's pretty egregious and it's pretty close. As far as it's true. Blake says, I'm talking about the WrestleMania cards, such as Becky and Kurt. How do you get the pros without paying? Ah, I see. Well, I don't think you can. Even big old Grandcat, you can see that I have a huge collection here. But even big old Grandcat himself, if I just go to Just WrestleMania cards, you can see that I only have a singular Roman Reigns. I've only got a singular Rayo. I've only got a singular Eddie Guerrero. I've only got a singular Kurt Angle. I've only got a singular Becky Lynch. Most of which I got from the WrestleMania Forever, the Lilani Kai as well. But yeah, I think it is very much designed that we'll give you one for free, and if you want the pro, you have to pay us for it. That's kind of what it feels like. Harris Interviews says, Team Ring Domination and Ring Domination give out 50 super coins, 100 super coins, and 250 super coins, plus boom, and normal Ring Domination. Yep, super coins are really good. Craig says, they're dropping in the free packs, but the odds are dumb. Spanner says, I think they've been adding to the free pack now. I see Harris Interviews comment there, can't be worse, but I don't really like naming individuals, regardless of how well they have been as Prime Minister or lacking thereof. Dark Wolf says that 10,000 pack in the shop is overly priced. I absolutely agree. I'm pretty sure that the only reason that the 10,000 credit pack exists is because they tried it out once and people bought it. So then they thought, well, someone likes it, and then they've just continued from there. Absolutely ridiculous. Blake says the free pack is a low chance, but it's pretty ridiculous. Harris says, I got a Pro Eddie. Congratulations, Harris. Puskas says, hi, hello. Puskas says, big fan. Oh, thank you, Puskas. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Craig says, again, guys, I don't like mentioning people by name, please. Blake says, I don't buy credits, but I'm spending all my credits for these belts to get the cool cards, which I can't pro unless I pay for the second card. Then I'm spending all my credits just for a Roman. Yes. Everything is all based around spending money on credits for the Supercard. That's how it works, it seems. Spanner says, well, that's not true, but they do give bundles of credits, which is kind of the same. Blake says, the only reason I'm spending a lot of credits is because that Roman image will be mine. The image is the only reason I'm wasting my time in credits. I'm exactly the same. I would really like this image of Roman Reigns, but it only looks good on this limited edition because once we get the ability to move this image to a regular card, I'm not sure if we're even going to be able to do it yet, but let's just go ahead and take a look at the male up arrows because I want to find my Roman Reigns. Okay, it's been removed for the time being, but earlier before, you could change it to this Roman Reigns. And the issue is that this Roman Reigns looks fine because it's got the world title over here. But once you get the Roman Reigns to here, the title gets cut out of the side. And I think the limited edition Roman Reigns, the title's going to be cut off at the top as well. So instead of having your Roman Reigns like this, is more likely going to cut off about here, and you're not going to get the world title in the picture. So I don't think it's going to look quite as good on other cards. That's why I'm very, very pleased that I have the likes of this Roman Reigns with the world title, and the likes of this Roman Reigns with the undisputed title. Although, here's another thing that annoys me about WWE Supercard. Why is the image sometimes in high definition and sometimes looks like it was rendered on a potato? Why is this? I mean, if we go to the details, if we go to swap image, like that image looks fine, looks great, good, nice, sharp, high quality images. Why does this one look like a JPEG? I don't understand how they messed that up. Ali Mage said, can you buy another one for the stream? I cannot. Craig says, oh my god, you want him to suffer. I'll be trying Lights Out again tomorrow. Begrudgingly. But if I try it tomorrow, first off, there will be a free pack, so we don't have to spend this 500. Secondly, this will reset. So if I do play Lights Out twice, which I really don't want to, at least I'll get another chance at getting this pack. So I'm not going to play Lights Out again today. It's annoyed me. It's upset me. I wanted a limited edition Roman Reigns with a low number on it. We're now up past 3,000, so now that isn't happening. So now I'm going to take my time. I'm going to be patient and I'm going to wait. But I'm going to do so begrudgingly, unsatisfied, and disappointed in W Supercard. Disappointed in their greed. This is the kind of greed that they talked about in the Bible. The kind that was punished. And lo, I am disgusted by said greed. Let's see here. Spanner says, I've seen the Drew on a normal card and it's nothing special. Tag, damn it. Why can we not just get an image of Drew McIntyre with the title over his shoulder? Dark Wolf says, I don't like the white outline around Roman Reigns. Yeah, I've never liked that on any of the cards. Blake says, I want the Halloween event layout back with the tarot cards, where we had the map and we got Triple H and the Seth Rollins. That was so much fun to grind for. Yes, I really like that as well. And not only that, but we had the Dungeons and Dropkicks, which was a really cool little event as well. I enjoyed that. Christopher Juarez says, I will not be able to get it. I still need all 3 of the last titles. Oh, that is a big ask. Blake says, we also had the other games where we could get Jade, Asuka, Dudley, JC, Uncle Howdy, etc. That mode was so much fun. The Royal Rumble event we had was awful. Most players didn't even get that Stone Cold. I grinded every day and was still nowhere near that Stone Cold. Yes, they made the points far too expensive for that one. And then after the Stone Cold, there was the Royal Rumble winner Roman Reigns and the Royal Rumble winner Liv Morgan images as well. I did manage to complete that, but even at that, I largely did it because I have a YouTube channel and I wanted to showcase it all for you guys. If I was just playing the game by myself, I probably wouldn't have bothered. Craig says the Royal Rumble one event was one of the better ones they did. Blake says, watch W Supercard, give us a redeem code on the last couple of days that gives everyone the belt for free. 100%. I have seen them do that. And largely they do that. Here is the big secret, folks. Those redeem codes generally tend to be an apology to the fandom once they realize that people are not happy, and they are going to realize that we are not happy with this one, because they'll be like, hey, if people did like Supercard, they wouldn't be joining this video stream, would they? Not when this title is Lights Out Sucks live. Make WWE Supercard hear your voice. Tell WWE how you feel. Ali Mage says, you got an epic Season 1 throwback image last day. Why you removed the card, man? The reason I removed the card is because I don't have space for it. I'm at 733 of 500. I would love to keep those images. But I've even paid for the maximum amount of the card binder, and they won't let me add any more sleeves. They refuse to allow me. I'm willing to give them money, and they don't want it. So what am I supposed to do? I can't keep the Season 1 throwbacks. I can't keep these. Craig says if everyone donates him £5, he will do a Lights Out. I'm not even sure I would. I mean, if everyone did, there's like 37 people watching. Yeah, okay, if every single person watching right now donates £5, I'll do another Lights Out. Because, good lord, that would pay for it. Chris Bennett says, try it one more time. I kind of want to see because I couldn't get it. Oh, God. We'll do it tomorrow, not today. Oh, no. Harris Interview says, can you do the free attempts on all the games? Yes. Yes, I will, Harris. Blake says, I spent too much credits today trying to get the low-numbered Roman, but no, I'm just going to take it slow and hope I get that belt soon. The Rock I don't care much about. His image isn't all that great. I completely agree, Blakes. That is exactly how I feel as well. There is better Rock images with him, with the People's Championship, the Final Boss version of The Rock. There's even old school images of The Rock with the world title over his shoulder that I prefer instead. But the WrestleMania 18 one, nothing special, if I'm completely honest. Blake says, but if they give everyone the belts for free at the end, it's a way to shut everyone up after they've already emptied your pockets. That's what they do. That's what they did the last time. Spanner says, Lights Out is so bad. Either we donate him or he doesn't know the Lights Out to make our eyes bleed. No more Lights Out today. Not unless there's a tremendous amount of donations coming in. You know what, actually? All right. This is terrible. What am I doing? I'm setting something up, folks. The goal has been created, folks. So, if there are 10 super chats that are teal colored, that is the £5 or more, there's 10 of them, I will do another freaking Lights Out. But believe me, there are better things to spend your money on. But if you really desperately want to see a Lights Out, by all means, the option's there. Baron says, it's yet again their disgusting seasonal money sink event to make people spend money, or make people spend credits, or risk losing out. Yes. Blake says, Build-A-Pack immediately became one of the best game modes in this game. Spanner says, please, no, don't do it. Blake says they improved Lights Out. They made it bigger, but it still costs an extreme amount. Build-A-Pack starts 25 credits when you get old cards and wheel spin. Spanner says it's not worth it. Spanner says, no! Greg, oh my god! Stealth, no way! Harris says, fair play, that's class. I mean, if people complete the goal, I'll do it for you guys. I don't want to. Craig says, who's going to whale and donate? I kind of hope that no one does, because I don't want to play Lights Out again. Ah, good lord. Okay. We have made our... We've made our intentions known. We have meowed loudly and angrily at W Supercard. They will have definitely heard the beginning of this video. How about we have a little bit of fun? Spanner says, not gonna lie, I'm... Harris says, £50 incoming. Spanner says, not gonna lie, I'm actually laughing out loud for real. Craig says, same. Well, I'm glad I can give you guys in the Grand Cat Grand Fleet some entertainment. That is the entire reason I started this channel. So if you guys are laughing along with me, I feel like I'm doing something right. And also you guys have made me feel a little bit better, because I was feeling angry, I was feeling upset, and I still am, righteously so. Craig says, I choked on my vape. Stop vaping! Good lord, man! Those things are worse than cigarettes. let's let's continue with the other game modes. Let's try Rule the Ring. Can we get a free Eddie Guerrero, a pro Eddie Guerrero? I've got a 1-3 chance. We're getting the final reward here. Will it finally give me the Eddie Guerrero? Will it have listened to me? Will the developers that are watching this stream right now have been like, oh crap, give him something, make him happy? No, they won't. Another one of the golden era titles. I think that is our 9th. This game. Let's see if Build-A-Pack's any better. At least Build-A-Pack is good. I don't mind spending credits on Build-A-Pack. You know what? Let's have some fun here. I want someone to type stop, and when I read the word stop coming up, I'm going to hit stop. Okay, go for it. Whenever you guys are ready. Just try it anytime. I'll leave it up to chat. There we go. Everyone else chatting it. Wow. Thank you, everyone. Let's see what rewards you guys have managed to get me. Hopefully it's something nice. Guys, I wanted £50, not 50 credits. You guys misheard what I was looking for. I'm not going to do another... I'm not going to do another freaking Lights Out just because I get this. I need this times 20. At least. Maybe more like times 200. Spanner says, that's 1/20th of a terrible Lights Out pack. Oh good lord, we've got 2 rare traffics as well. Alright guys, you ready to click stop? You ready to type in stop and tell me when to stop? Let's go. Let's see what you guys get me. Click stop anytime now. Ah, there we go, I saw it. Oh, what are we getting, guys? Do you guys get me something good? Okay, so WrestleMania 42. Which one, though? Bravo! Ugh! Ugh! God. Could have been someone decent. What did I do to upset you guys today? Oh, good lord. Rewind Zelina Vega? Oh my goodness. 3rd time lucky, Chad. You guys have been pretty awful so far. Tucker says, is this Supercard? Barely. So, like, decent card. Okay, there's the stops coming in. Exactly, call it super. We are now a 10th of the way to a terrible Lights Out pack. Oh no. We are going to continue. It's 25 credits, why not? It's fine. Oh, these rewards suck. Oh no. 5 credits. Ugh. I mean, we've got some credits. Hey, is one of the devs in the video programming this? Just like, Grandcat's annoyed that he's losing out on credits. We'll just give him lots of credits, but that'll make him happy. Not these amounts. If these things had an extra 0 on the end of them, maybe. And we had a ×4 multiplier, maybe. Ugh. Let's continue. I mean, it's 50 credits. I mean, we've got that there. Ooh, a common Natalia. I don't think we need this. That'll do. An uncommon Seth freaking Rollins can replace this card. All right, guys. You guys get ready to hit stop whenever you're ready. Harris interviews, I saw you click stop the second I saw it. I clicked it. Let's see what Harris has gotten for us. Whew. I'll take that over the 5 rare draft picks. Although I don't think we need that Paul Heyman, but we'll at least take it over the Ember card. Ultra rare Randy Orton, okay. I think I prefer that to the 2 rare draft picks. Got 1 pick remaining. We still have 1 pick remaining. 10 draft picks. No, thank you. I think we are going to claim an exit there. Prizes weren't that fantastic, but we got some credits out of it. We got 115 credits. That's not so bad. We got a Bravo, I guess. Unfortunately, we already had the pros of all those old school cards. Well, we got some credits at least. That's nothing too bad. Deal of Destiny. Alright, chat. You know how this goes. You guys, not me, are going to be responsible for saying higher or lower. Blaine says, do you have the Roman Reigns? No, I don't. God. Stella says, here comes the chat. Alright, guys. Our first card is a 4. Now remember, it only goes up to 12. So there's a much chance of it being higher than it is lower. Chat. Higher or lower? Higher, higher, higher. Everyone's saying higher. Higher it is then. It is an 11. Pretty good number. Can only be beaten by a 12. Is it going to be higher or lower? Douglas says lower. Blaine low. Lower. Spanner says, good game, good game. Get nothing for a pair. Not in this game. Oh, wait, you're doing this game. Nice to see you, Nice. It was indeed lower, and the next one's a ref. Okay. Ref is the second lowest card we can get. Only a 1 can be lower than it. What do you say, chat? Higher or lower? Higher. Higher, the audience are saying. Oh, higher. Oh, let's go higher then. It was a 9. Okay, 9 is getting close to that middle point, but there's still significant chance of it being lower than it is higher. So chat, Blaine says higher, really? Higher than 9? Douglas says higher? We're doing good so far. Well, there's a couple more people saying lower. I think there's more people saying lower than there's higher. Yep, nope, all the lowers are all coming in now. Okay, we're going to go lower. I think more Grand Fleet members are saying lower than higher. Oh, it was a 3. Thank goodness for that. Now that means that the next card gets a -1. So essentially, this is a 4. So what do you guys think? Are we saying higher or lower than a 4? Higher, higher's coming in. Higher again. Higher, okay. Higher it is then. Higher than a 3? No! It was a local talent, which is a 1. It's a -1. Should we continue? It's 100 credits to continue, folks. We got 115 credits from the last game. Do you want me to spend the 100 credits to continue, or are we done? Ally Mage says yes, dang it. Stell says no, no way. Continue, yes. Yes means continue, no means claim and exit. You guys are going to decide for me. Liam says do it. Are we continuing? Are we continuing the path? Shall we keep going? Blaine says yes, yes. Spanner says run. Do it. We're going to get one more heart, folks. Craig says put it towards lights out. Absolutely not. There we go. 100 credits has been spent. So this is not only a 1, it's actually a -1. So it's actually a 0. So it's impossible for it to be lower. So we are definitely going higher, this, folks. Okay, there's the comments coming in. Higher, higher. Spanner says lower. All right, everyone remember not to listen to Spanner. Do the opposite of what Spanner says. Because, good lord. Blaine says lower. You guys trying to get me? You guys just trying to waste my 100 credits? Yes, higher it is. A 7. Oh no, chat. A 7 is right in the middle. There is 6 cards that are lower than a 7. There is 5 that are higher. That is 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. It is not so much 50-50, but is damn near close. Stealth says lower. Ali Mage says lower. Lane says higher. Stealth says... Liam says lower. Okay, I think there's more people saying lower than there is higher. So I think we are going to go for lower here, this one. Harris says lower as well. Ah, it was a higher one, folks. I think it's 250 credits continue, so I don't think I'm willing to do that. I think we're just going to go ahead and claim and exit here. Well, at least we got an Ember Zarya. That makes up for it. Right? It's like a cat retching. You know how cats do that little dance before they throw up? That's what I feel like right now. Blaine says EOS guy. We did good for so far, chat. 5 out of 10. Congratulations. Spanner says the Grand Cat is a furball. Craig says could have got the belt on Lights Out with them credits. No, I couldn't. Not for 100 credits. Can't even jump into Lights Out for less than 500. And even at that, we're sure as hell not completing it for free. So, absolutely not. How long do we have left on these collectibles? 7 days, 19 hours. Okay, that's loads of time. How long do we have left on Wild Wednesday? 40 minutes. What do I still need to do on Wild Wednesday? Go undefeated in 3 games. Oh, we can do that. We can do that in 40 minutes. But what we need to do is we need to get rid of these cards in WrestleMania Forever. Now, let's go ahead and go to Combinable. And let's see who needs stars. Okay. We're going to have to do this quickly, folks, because we only have... Yeah. We only have 40 minutes left on Wild Wednesday. Let's see what ones we need to make into stars here. Have we got pros of everything? Oh, we don't have a pro of Arkham. Okay. Wait, what the hell's Akam doing here? Hasn't Akam been fired for a number of years? Did they just like bring him back? Wow. We have so many of these. Why do we have so many of them? This is all because of Lights Out, isn't it? I can sense it. I can sense this is the doing of Lights Out. Being horrible. Filling... Oh. Filling my precious space with all these useless cards, none of which are even pros for me. Although we do have that one Carmelo Hayes there. Costs 40 super coins, which I am fine with paying. Chat, if I've missed any, let me know. Oh, there we go. A Maurice. A Morris. Aye, that's the Mrs. Wife, Morris. Ms. and Morris. Lovely couple. Okay, you can make a couple of Maelstrom Pros. And a couple of Myers as well. Austin Theory. Damian Priest. I forgot when Damian Priest used to wear an outfit like that. Oh my goodness. Isn't that the most fetching of looks? And big old Berg himself. I remember that chant. Old Berg. As he would shamble his way down to the ring. What an impressive specimen. Let's do this from the reverse. Now, can we get a Drew McIntyre? Probably not. But can we pretend that we're excited to get a Drew McIntyre? Barely. See, this I don't mind. This is fine. This doesn't cost any credits. This doesn't seem egregious. It's nowhere near as bad as Lights Out. It's just time wasting. And it does waste time. Drew, let's go. Yes. Can you imagine after all this time, if we finally get the Drew McIntyre on live stream? That would be rather impressive. Blaine says, #1 fan. Thank you, Blaine. Unfortunately, I'm not giving the chat the full attention that I normally do, because when I'm giving full attention to the chat, I'm generally not playing the game, and we're going to try and get Wild Wednesday done. Guys, Drew McIntyre on live stream? Ah, no, it's a freaking table. Do you guys think it was a Drew? In the wise words of Grandcat, course. Why would it be a Drew McIntyre? Ugh, indeed. Yes, you are correct. But still, came close, I guess. We got the table McIntyre. I mean, there is an image for the table with Drew McIntyre on it, so I mean, that's close. Oh. I remember the first time there was an event like this. There was rumors that if you put in specific combinations or specific supports or whatever, they would give you a higher chance of getting the card. And it seems that that has all just fallen into rumor and speculation because I haven't seen anyone mention anything about it this time around. If you use 5 Drew McIntyres and a table, that it guarantees you the Drew McIntyre. It gives you a 50% chance instead of a 0.15% chance or something ridiculous like that. Oh, we've completed the objective of the pack rat. Oh, let's go ahead and open this then. What are the rewards you can pull from that? It's got a bonus chance of this. Great. That was useful. That Natalia might be an F3 for us. We have 31 minutes left to complete Wild Wednesday, which I think we are still able to do. We just need to get rid of these cards quickly, because we can't do Wild Wednesday. Well, we're at the maximum number of cards, so we do want to get rid of these guys and also get those additional chances at getting the Drew McIntyre. Oh, not that one. Not yet, at least. Yeah, hell, let's just use the big ones. With the Golden Era Championship, 4,000 points. Brings up to almost 400,000 points, of which we have still not got the Drew McIntyre yet. And why would that continue after we pass 400,000? I almost go into this kind of autopilot mode. It's almost kind of zen feeling. You know, just throwing these cards in over and over again. Hoping that one time, eventually, we may get that 0.15% chance at getting the Drew McIntyre. Well, that's okay, actually. I may actually be able to use that one. We already have the pro of that Bianca, so do not need an additional one. How many of these do we have? Oh my goodness. I mean, we must be coming close to the end now, right? No, apparently. Oh my goodness. It seems we've started running out of supports. We have too many cards to trade in and not enough support cards. And there had ever been a position or a situation where that might happen. Hmm. Using so many WrestleMania 42 supports now. Well, that's pretty cool. 20,502 foil flying Brian Pillman. Now we're finally down to the only last two we have remaining. We're still at 560, so I think we're going to have to dust some cards here. Okay, we've got an awful lot to dust here. I think we're just going to dust all of this. 34,060 points. There's really none of this that we need. I mean, that is pretty bad when there is so many cards that you don't need. 5 rarity draft picks. Good heavens. Let's get these out of the way as quickly as we can. There's those 3 as well, which is going to give us another rare draft pick. Let's go for this one here. An Ember Bailey. And we can indeed fortify our Natalia into an F2. Or an F3 even. Wow. One more than I expected. We train up this Flying Brian Pillman as well. Okay, now we need to get rid of a few draft picks here. Why are we pulling El Grande Americanos? Is this something for the quest? Yeah, I got a little special animation when I pulled this El Grande Americano here. Before I go dusting it, I better actually check this quest. Play an A-League game, open a card pack, win a match using El Grande Americano, win a match using original El Grande Americano, and reset the draft board. Alright. Nothing about pulling El Grande Americanos then. Which I'm fine with, because I always think those things suck. Let's go ahead and get these out of the way. Play any league game, play any Money in the Bank. We've got 20 minutes to do that, but we're going to finish our Wild Wednesday first. We just need to get a perfect game on 3 games of Wild, which I think we can probably do if we just use our best cards. So we're going to go with Tribal Chief. We're going to go with Yokozuna. We're going to go with Kevin Owens. And we'll go with the King of Kings Triple H. For our females, it will be Lola Vice and Sol Ruka. I think we'll go with that. And let's try and win 3 perfect games to finish off Wild Wednesday, which we have 19 minutes left to do. So it's going to be power and toughness first. I'm going to hope that my Yokozuna is going to be big enough in terms of power. Then it's going to be a tag team of Charisma. It's going to be Kevin Owens with the title and Triple H. And then the last one, just going to go ahead and use the super move with our immortal Roman Reigns. More than enough for us to win there. Preston says hi. Hello. Blaine says, do you grind to get all those good cards? I do. I grind every single day. Sometimes against my will. Oh, Harris says you can pull the El Grande in the rare draft. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that suddenly makes the rare draft picks a lot better. Now let's start with a Triple H here because he has good power and charisma. The tag team of charisma is next. Just going to go with Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens as they both hold the belt. President says, I did all 6 attempts and lights out and only got 1 rock card and no belt support. That is horrible, Preston. You should check out the start of this video. I go into a lot of complaining about how I feel about W Supercard, particularly recently, and most specifically about Lights Out. Spoiler, I am not happy about it at all. Blaine says, did you watch Backlash? And if so, what was your favourite match? I did watch Backlash, and I'll be honest, I didn't think it was that good a show. But I'd have to say that the Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu was probably the best of the matches. And that isn't saying much, but it's true. But I think the show was lacking a little bit. I think if we'd had a slightly better build to... Oh no, hang on here. This may be a little bit of a problem. I think we had a little bit of a better build to Io Sky and Asuka, rather than it feeling like they were continuing the storyline with Kairi Sane without Kairi Sane, then things could have maybe went a little bit better in that match. And power and toughness of the tribal chiefs, Yokozuna and Roman Reigns. And don't allow anyone to tell you that Yokozuna was not a tribal chief in his time. He was, I believe, the first Samoan to maybe not necessarily win the world title. He might actually be the first Samoan to win the world title, but he was certainly the first to get to that level as well. And there we go, we've managed to complete Wild Wednesday just in time with 14 minutes left. We've got our gold fusion token, we've got our forging crystal, we've got our pro forging crystal. We have our super coins. And now for the final pack. We get a Coco Beware, a China, and a Wade Barrett. Now, that Coco Beware is actually pretty good for us because I believe we do have a foil Coco Beware that we can make into a pro here. So let's go ahead and train him up. Now, the China, I believe we already have an F3 of. There she is. So we do not need to go making another China there. So let's go into combinables. And we are going to level up our Coco Beware with a China. And we're just going to pro those into a gold pro. This is number 15,110. And we're not going to get them the 100 matches. It's still going to be a gold star, even though they don't have the 100 matches, but it would be nowhere near as powerful if we did get them both the 100 matches. So let's go ahead and combine our Coco Bewares. And there we are. That's that one done. I have to go into trainable just to lock that card down. And there's another foil that we are going to be keeping hold of. Let's see what else we have that is trainable, that needs to be trained up. We do have our Damien Priest here. That is one that we did need to train. And we are going to be using rewind here, if not 2, with Andre and Wade Barrett. And that is that one done. Well, Wednesday is done as well. I don't think we're getting the daily streak done because we need to play 3 leagues games and 3 Money in the Banks games, which I don't see getting done in 12 minutes. So I think I'm just going to leave that as a lost cause. But we do need to play 40 games in leagues anyway. Open 50 card packs. Win a match using an El Grande Americano card 25 times. Win a match using original El Grande Americano 25 times. And reset the draft board 40 times as well. That's an excellent question. What El Grande Americano cards do I have? I'm sure I have... Okay, so we've got a pro of original El Grande Americano. And we have a single of the second El Grande Americano. Interesting. Interesting if true. I don't know what to do with that information. Can we do crack the case? We haven't done crack the case today yet, have we? We've got the maximum number of draft picks, of course. But if we get these out of the way, maybe we can do crack the case. Okay, folks. Now, in honor of the great Firebird, who is a big fan of Big Ol' Grandcat, I am going to allow anyone in the chat to pick our 4 starting numbers. It has to be 4 different starting numbers, not 2 of the same number. But if anyone wants to start, wants to give me 4 numbers at random, anywhere between 0 and 9, Blaine says 2, 5, 8, and 0. Let's go for that then. We'll mix things up just a little bit. Fran Trunks, unfortunately, we already... Oh, that's really interesting. Both of you said 8-0. Ah, that's pretty cool. 4-3-8-0 and 2-5-8-0. That's pretty nice. But let's start with 2-5-8-0 here. Okay, there's a 2 involved somewhere. You know what? Fran Trunks, I'm going to take your 4 and the 3. And... I know you guys like it. Blaine, he said it as well. You guys know what those 2 numbers are at the end. I don't need to say it out loud. The joke's already there. You can read it for yourself. There's a 4. And there is no 6. 7. Well, stealth gaming now, like you seem to enjoy it. So, let's see here. We've got the 4 in the right place. There is a 7 somewhere. There's a 2 somewhere. So now I'm going to change this 7 to a 2. I'm going to put a 7 here. And we're going to put a 1 and a 9 here. Okay, so the numbers we have are a 4 here. So this is not a 7 or a 2, so therefore it must be a 1. This one is not a 7, so therefore it must be a 2. And the only other number that we have left over is 7. So, ladies and gentlemen, today's code 4721. And that is sheer logic, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you beat crack the case. Zell Gaming says, nice. Thank you. Now, Blaine says, yip, yip, hooray. Let's see. Do we have enough for another WrestleMania Forever? I don't think we do. Nope, still only the 2. Wow. You think that the stuff from Crack the Case might actually be usable in that? Apparently not. Actually, we will keep hold of those, because those are useful for trading in oh, actually, we might be able to make pros of those. Oh, we can also make a pro of the Bravo Americano. Oh my goodness, I completely forgot about that. We're very close to making the pro of Lady Flamer as well. And we are ages away from making the pro. Oh, we can actually fortify our Bravo. Oh, remember that Bravo that you guys got me earlier? Oh my goodness. Oh, now I feel bad about saying bleh about that. Because actually, it turned out that it helped us. And that is an F3 of the regular Bravo. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for that, ladies and gentlemen. We're also working on another Pro BFAB, of course. We can make a F2 Bobby the Brain Heenan. And we could make an F2 of the table. We already have an F3 of the Advocate, Paul Heyman, and of Mr. Stone. So we don't need to make those. But I think perhaps the Pro Bravo Americano we might save for tomorrow's video to give us something to look forward to then. Because, by God, we're going to need something to look forward to. Because we've got this bloody thing hanging over our heads. I hate Lights Out so much. It's the worst. But congratulations to the 3,097 people that managed to get the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, today, on the first day of it. Blaine says, the Grand Cat, can you do shoutouts? You know what? Just for you, I absolutely will. Blaine Scarberry, tell me who you would like shouted out, and I will do a regal grand shout out for you before I finish up today's video. Now we're holding on to the cards in Battle Pass for the time being until we manage to get the limited edition card. Blaine says, I don't know, you pick. Well, it only makes sense to shout out the last few remaining people in the chat that have been here, as we have now been streaming for over 2 hours. So, shout outs to Blaine Scarberry, to Stealthed Gaming Awakening, to Stardash and Blast, to Harris Interviews, to Fran Trunks, and to Preston Riches, who did all 6 attempts at Lights Out and only got 1 rock and no belt support. My goodness, for something like that, I think he deserves a shout out. And well, folks, I think that is going to be it for this little video. That's going to be it for this little live stream. Thank you all for coming along and letting W Supercard know how you feel. Shout outs to Craig Etches. He says, I caved in and paid to Lights Out. And got the belt! Oh my goodness, Craig actually managed to do it. I am shocked. Congratulations, Craig, on getting your limited edition Roman Reigns. I may be joining you tomorrow. Maybe it'll be the day after. Maybe it'll be the weekend. Or maybe it will be inevitably when we get that redeem code that gives us the free belt. Craig says, number 3,476. Congratulations, Craig. Says, Stealth Gaming and Awakening. And Big Old Grandcat also says, congratulations. Cost 1,750 credits. Blaine says, I'm going to watch AEW. Ah, that sounds like a good way to round off the day with some all-elite wrestling. With that said, folks, that is going to be it for this little video, and I really hope you've all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody. Craig says, I'll smack my head against the wall if they give us a free one. Blaine says, do you watch weekly shows? I do. Chris Bennett says, have a good day. Well, that said, folks, goodbye, everybody, and thank you for coming along to the live stream. 2 hours,